Shawn, we're here with contest promoter Tony Doherty at the conclusion of the second annual Arnold Classic Australia. Tony, what a weekend it was. I know you didn't get a whole lot of sleep, but we had a lot of activity. We got the champion Kai Green behind us.
Yep.
You said you were going to have him out here last year. He's here.
Well, he's always been a man of his word to me. I get on great with Kai, and he loves the Australian fans, and he always said he'd come back, and he did. And I thought his condition from Columbus to here improved out of sight. And it's happened, it's 3 times he's come and won the Australian Pro now, and he's got better every time. And in fact, I interviewed him before and asked him about that, and he just said, I think the pressure's off, and you work a little bit harder and try something else. But to me, I think it's a real mental thing that going into Columbus or the Olympia, there's just so much pressure on people. And that's why the prejudging is always a little bit off.
What's crazy is he's been here like 3 times in a little bit of history for you. His first pro win was the Shawn Classic in 2007. He's come a very long way. He's got 3 Arnold Classic titles. Now he's got 1 here. Did he say he's going to go to Brazil in 2 weeks?
He didn't really commit to me. You know, Kai's hard to get a straight answer out of, as you know, so I'm not quite sure what he's going to do.
Well, I noticed this year,
I hope so.
We saw a lot of new additions, though, besides the bodybuilding and the fitness and all that stuff. I saw the Kids Expo going on over there. What are you going to do to continue to elevate this in years to come?
Well, next year I've doubled the size of the expo, so I've taken the whole exhibition centre. And we're going to have the Arnold Classic Expo, the Equipment Expo, and a whole huge Kids Expo attached to that with all the different sports and futsal and soccer and tennis and basketball and all these sports. We're going to give the area away to the sports to encourage kids to get off the couch.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a great initiative, and the kids will get free tickets, and mum and dads can buy a ticket, and hopefully I can at least break even on that area. And just really try and work with Arnold's Fitness Crusade, because he's empowered us to do that. And I think Arnold's changed the world in his life, making it a healthier place and getting people into fitness and thinking about it and using bodybuilding as a gateway to do that. So I want to continue his work and take it even further.
And one of the things you mentioned earlier, you're doing something for some charities included with the Arnold Classic. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, we decided to associate ourselves with an official charity, and we chose Bully Zero, which is a foundation to stop bullying in schools. And every time they raise $1,000, they can go and educate a school. And their aim is to get to every school in Australia and just to stop kids getting picked on, because you never know how it can affect them later on in life with depression and obesity and all the other things that then turn into making people unfit, people who don't have any self-love. And I've seen it for myself, and I think that it's just a great thing to do, and they're a small startup charity, I think, with a really good message, so that's why we've done that.
So I heard you talking about the fitness. How did the fitness go over for you? We saw Oksana do her thing.
Love it. It's out of control. I mean, these girls are really talented athletes, and I think you could put them on as performers absolutely anywhere. In fact, at the Arnold Business Lunch yesterday, we got 3 of the girls to come across and just do some handstands and cartwheels and some of their crazy acrobatic stuff, and people were just blown away. And they weren't bodybuilding or fitness people, or they were business people, but I think they could perform anywhere because they really are so talented, and it's just great to be able to put them up on stage, and they're so passionate about it. And big shout out to Bob Lorimer, who's really kept women's fitness alive by insisting we have it at all the Arnold Classics. So I think it's great.
Well, the good thing is you had the experience of the FitX for all those years. It led you to this end where you're now partnered with Arnold.
That was my apprenticeship.
Yes, it was, and it served you well, because look at what this has become. And again, it's going to grow a little bit more next year. What about the time slot? Have you got the date for next year?
Yeah, for the next 3 years, it's going to be 2 weeks after Columbus, Ohio. So I booked the venue right through till 2020. So we were 1 week behind Columbus, which is really hard on everyone, the media, the athletes, the exhibitors and sponsors, and Arnold himself and the Lorimers and everyone. So 2 weeks is just a nice time slot, and it gives the guys and girls time to get home, you wash the tan off, readjust, drop a bit more water, and come in even harder.
You know, Tony, we heard Arnold talking about having the vision, having the dream, having the goals. At the time you got in the gym business and you were working out and promoting these shows, did you ever think it was going to lead to this, where you're now a partner with Arnold and you're affecting so many thousands of people in a country as big as Australia?
Well, to be honest, I kind of did always dream big, you know. And when I went to the first Arnold Classic in 1991 with Sonny Schmidt, I walked in and...
You know who won that show?
Yeah, I do. I was there.
All right.
And I thought, I want to bring that to Australia one day. And then when I heard that Arnold wanted to go global, and I just started doing FitX when he did the Madrid show, I thought, I'm going to get myself ready, so when he does choose a partner in Australia, it'll be me.
You were ready.
So to be really honest, I always did dream big, and I always wanted not just to meet Arnold, but to get to know him and to work with him. And now to be on the road with him almost full time, it's almost surreal sometimes. And I'm always grateful for what I get to do. People say, oh, you do a great job. And everything. I stop and say, but there's people out there digging holes with terrible existences, and people that don't get to do what they love. I get to do what I love every single day, like yourself. You know, you've continued your bodybuilding into a media career, and you still enjoy what you do. So you're bound out of bed, the travel's not difficult. People say, well, how do you put up with all those flights?
You do it.
Go, well, some people never ever get to go on a plane. How do I put up with the flights? It's fantastic what we get to do, Shawn. I'm really am grateful, and big shout out to the Australian fans, because they're really the ones who've supported the Australian Pro now for 16 years and come out. And I've got people who've come to me and said, I've been to every single one of your pro shows. I'm like, wow, that's like half a lifetime for some people.
Yeah,
so
people are growing up
I'm
on
really grateful to the fans for always sticking by us and just getting it done.
Yep, and the fans are grateful to Tony Doherty. Once again, a long weekend here, and it continues on tomorrow where we have the Legend Seminars. You got Dana Lynn Bailey and Jay Cutler and Phil Heath and all the who's who of bodybuilding going to be in the expo giving seminars talking about training and dieting and nutrition. But for right now, at the conclusion of the second anniversary, Kai Green victorious and Oksana Grishina wins the Pro Fitness. For Tony Doherty, I'm Shawn Ray, MuscularDevelopment.com.